which means that the people online ain't heard what I said. But this is Talk to Us, and if you wish to be a part of our program, you can just give us a call 457-999, and we've got somebody on the line.
All right, and just to note that normally at this time we would bring to you District Says, but that interview has been postponed tomorrow. Right, so for those who are anticipating or looking forward to it, it's going to happen tomorrow at 9:20. All right. So as we said, yes, this is Talk to Us. The phone lines are open, and we have a caller. All right. So for those who are anticipating or looking forward. Hi, caller. Good
Hi,
morning.
good morning.
Hi.
Good
Good morning.
morning.
How are you doing, guys?
We are all right, What about you?
Well, yes, we're good. I was listening to some of your persons that called in yesterday, especially celebrations on Grenada on October 19th. October 19th is a significant day throughout the Caribbean, as we know, when Maurice Bishop was lined up against a wall with the rest of the government and shot dead. Right? You would have read that in your history. But something else happened in 1986, October the 19th as well, too, which again is a significant date. This is what happened. The plane carrying the Mozambican government, the minister of this, minister of that, minister of home affairs, whatever, they were on a flight returning from Zambia, and the plane made a fatal 37-degree right turn in between the border of South Africa and Mozambique. They tricked the pilot by using a false VOR navigation system. Basically, layman terms, but what it is a very high frequency omnidirectional range radar. So they tricked the pilot. He thought he was going to land at the airport, and the South African apartheid regime then used a Land Rover Jeep to decoy the aircraft. So when the shooting in Grenada started at 1 p.m., it will be 6 p.m. in Mozambique on the 19th of October. Mr. Marshall plane came down 20 minutes or 21 minutes after 9 p.m. So we could safely say that the president of Mozambique died 3 hours after Maurice Bishop was killed. And the president of Mozambique and Maurice Bishop was good friends because he came twice to Grenada. Anyway.
Well, that's an interesting piece of information.
Yeah, it's history is a real recurring thing. You have to stick with it. If you don't know the rest, sometimes you get lost. A lot of persons say that the CIA killed Maurice Bishop. Listen, CIA never had nothing to do with it, okay? Let me tell you how they killed him. He went to the States and he voted along with the United States, the West, instead of voting against them where this thing with Russia and China is concerned. When he came home, they put him on the house arrest. Friends, let me tell you who went and free Maurice Bishop. It's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, minimum age, school children. Because the big people went to the schools and asked the children, well, we're going to go in and free the leader. All the children them walk out the school and they went up to where they were holding Maurice Bishop at his home. And the soldiers tried to stop them. They went right up to the soldiers and tell the soldiers to shoot them. Push the soldiers out the way, turn over 3 jeeps and set them on fire and run the soldiers. Break down the gate and went and take Maurice Bishop out from custody. School children did that in Grenada. Mm-hmm. So that's a part of the history you don't know. After they get him out of the house, he was frail and tired. They took him and Jacqueline Cleft and them. But whilst going to town, they made a mistake somehow with the set of people that was on the street, because it is 32,000 people that tried to get to Maurice Bishop gate for him. So the soldiers got frightened. They made the mistake of going, they traveled to the road to the fort because the road to the market was blocked. He was supposed to go to the road by the market. He didn't end up going. He ended up going upon the fort because they were looking for the weapons. They were going to have a big fight out. They were planning to kill Bishop a long time. They didn't like his stance of cozying up to America too much. They had an in-party faction going on. So that is what part of the history there, that most likely you wouldn't have heard. So I'm saying it again. The CIA did not kill Bishop. And those who want the history, please read it a bit more, man. And stop jumping these kind of crazy reference thing. Another thing, the book was launched in
Okay,
Grenada on Saturday.
you have 1 minute left to her. Because it's
No problem. There was they launched in Saturday Grenada after Fedon. That brings you from the 17th century to present day Grenada.
Okay.
Thank you very much for listening, and you get a piece of history this morning. Have a nice day.
All right. To you as well. Thank you.
Right. Okay, so we have another caller. Good morning, Mr. Roberts.
Yeah, good morning. I just take a chance because I can't hear you guys, you know. I ain't getting the reception from WEFM anyhow. Earlier on it was I pick up on something. Where the American only felt on top of whatever they want to set up in Grenada. I would like to, you know, strange though, our prime minister who likes to talk and get involved in international politics. I thought he would have been brave enough to take on the president of the United States of America, Donald Trump. You know, get into. But then again, one has to be careful because America, who could stop America? They control the Western world or Western hemisphere, so to speak, right? While you have China and Russia on the other side and so on. America control our part of the world and the Caribbean, so to speak. Even though we may have some, like the Prime Minister, who speaks, I mean, in terms of trying to be a middleman or to represent the leftist side, ideology and all of that. I would wish him to come out and make a statement, because the question is being asked, it's Grenada, who next? Right? But as far as Dave Roberts is concerned, nobody could stop America from entering if they have to enter or if they want to enter. Nobody can stop them because they are our security on this part of the world. But some of us can't say these things because we have to be diplomatic and all of that. But I just thought it's an interesting situation right now, and at the same time, is our leaders just put our people in trouble because they go and say things that they shouldn't say. Who go in and feel the might of America, and not to forget, we have so many Vincentians who depend on America. All right. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Dave.
Right. So if you wish to give us a call, just like those two previous callers, all you got to do, pick up the phone and dial 457-9997. And with that, you can be a part of our conversation.
So,
yeah, good morning, beautiful ladies. How you are?
We're doing well, and you?
Yeah, I'm all right. Otherwise, Roleza, how you doing?
I'm fine. What about you?
I'm good.
All right.
I know you look.
Thoughts, yes.
Come on. You can't stay home and all them great things going on outside. You know, you have to come out sometimes.
So where you going? Where you going? And I go meet you there. Where you going?
Well, I really have no plan, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no plan because most of the time I work, you know. But I still can get time for comes right and then later on go to work, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just let me call and say hi to you ladies.
Okay.
You know, and wish you all a blessed day and good holiday weekend. Make sure you all enjoy yourself and don't do what I wouldn't do.
Just tell Dave, you have already done. Okay, so yes.
Okay. All
All right.
right.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Just to address something from the first caller, some of the things were known. Some of the things you said were known. It's interesting that piece you stated about Bishop. Persons in his country not being too fond of him because of his close associations with the US, and that's an interesting one that I have not crossed yet. Well, not many, I should say. From some of his speeches, he seemed to not be in agreement with them because he spoke out several times about the things they were doing, the pressure that they were placing on him, and he even mentioned some sort of information, some document or something or the other that said the Grenada Revolution was one of the most dangerous of the revolutions at the time because Grenadians speak English and they were afraid of the appeal that the Grenadians would have, especially as black people, on the other black people or the millions of black people that were in the US. So that's some interesting thing. I gotta go. Thank you for that. I'm gonna be heading there when I leave here.
Oh, you we don't rabbit hole this morning?
Yes.
That's how we learn, all right? But it's also how, not just so much how we learn, but it's how we end up. As I said, I use the word rabbit hole intentionally because when you start with one, all right?
Doesn't stop.
Yeah, and I see my mother here tell me that there's somebody very close to you asking about your revolution. So I got a message him to see, you know.
I want to talk to that person. Like, have a one-on-one.
Yeah. Also, just to address something that Dave mentioned, not hearing anything coming from the PM. I am not sure if it's a case where, unless a question maybe is posed directly to the PM at a press conference or wherever, is it a case where the PM is allowing for CARICOM to speak on behalf of, well, him and the other prime ministers, as opposed to coming out and making a statement independently? Because I'm getting the impression that they're using the CARICOM statement, right, as the
collective statement.
As a collective statement, all right? I also do have the wonder sometimes, and they've kind of said it like in a sort of way, like who gives the US so much authority and so much power? And it's so difficult for me to try to grasp or wrap my head around. I mean, yes, I know about the sanctions and all of these things that could be denied. And for whatever reason, many persons look at America as being a mecca now. I mean, everybody has to know themselves, right? Everybody has to know their own, from an individual standpoint, not talking about country here. From an individual standpoint, let's say reasons for going to America, the opportunities, the benefits, etc., to be derived. I'm not knocking that, not saying no to that. But there are times when I wonder, like, at what point in it they become the country? You know?
Well, I guess when other people were focusing on doing other things, they were building their empire. When folks were playing, they were strategizing, and they have strategized.
Like, how could you just take it upon yourself to say that you are shooting people in the water, right? Without any sort of proper judicial process? Who gives you what gives you that sort of power?
It's the whole time,
right?
Whole time.
You know, there's this whole impression. There's this thing when America gets a cold, the rest.
When America blow it nose, we catch a cold.
And all
Apparently, back in the day, they said it's a different way because I heard British America gets a cold. Back then it seemed like they used to say when America gets a cold, we get pneumonia. That was the saying. But I know when America blow the nose, we catch the cold.
Yeah. So it's just, I mean, going back in history, it's like who and why were they placed on this pedestal to be the superpower nation?
Money. Money.
Just one of those thinking out loud moments for me there, folks.
Yep. Who will be the one to stand? Are we going to live like this until the end of our days, just cowering or accepting whatever we accept so that we don't suffer the same fate as others? Is this how we're gonna live? Black people in the Caribbean, black people over the world, leaders, people, what are we gonna do? We're gonna just live like this for the rest of our days. Nobody likes a bully. I'm just gonna be bullied until we all die. Just asking. But guess what? It's 9:45 and we have to go. It is time for Community Dateline, and then we'll be back a little bit later to say farewell.